Good morning again to our attendees. My name is Thais Maris. I will be sharing the screen and start our matchmaking session. I work for F6S, and we are a leading global network for founders and startups. And our goal is to enhance and help those founders and startups to solve one of the most pressing challenges of the world. And we are also a partner in InnoMatch program. And this is our focus for today. This is the agenda. So I will start explaining how does the InnoMatch matchmaking process work? What are the goals? How we will be making this match? After this, we'll have the presentation from three buyers, Haarlem Municipality from the Netherlands. After that, we'll have Andalusia from Spain, and then we will conclude with also from Spain. And after all of these buyers present, we'll have a Q&A session. And let me move on to the next slide. So how does the matchmaking work for InnoMatch? So first of all, it's key to understand that this is a service that is free and available only to ESC awardees that can apply to our open calls. So if you are an ESC awardee and you have an innovative solution, you think you can be a good match with the buyers that will be here with us today presenting their unmet needs, feel free to contact with us and follow the next steps of the match. Goal, as mentioned, is to nurture the connections between the EAC awardees and also the buyers. We want to foster the collaboration between the two and encourage you to apply to our ongoing InnoMatch open calls that were already explained earlier when we Elena. You can also find details in our InnoMatch website. And the last point that I want to mention about the matchmaking process is that we are having 2 online matchmaking sessions. This is the first one. I will explain when and how you can join the second matchmaking session. So how does it work? How will we be matching the ESC awardees with the buyers? So first, as explained, we'll have the buyers presenting or showcasing their institutions and how, what type of solutions they are looking for, what are the challenges they're facing. After that, the ESC awardees that are here on the session, they'll be able to post questions in the chat after all the buyers have concluded their presentation. So only after the 3 buyers have finished their interventions, we will be reading your questions, but please keep posting them on the Q&A chat. After that, after the event, we will be doing all of you to answer this quick survey that we call expression of interest. I'll also post the link on the chat so you can already take a look. How is for you to confirm that you are eligible to apply to our InnoMatch program and identify the buyer that you want to be matched with. After that, after you answer this quick survey, we will collect all the answers from everyone and we will be making the connections for you. So you'll be hearing from us very soon. That's how the matchmaking sessions will work. And now for the 2 sessions, as mentioned, this is the first one that we're doing for the InnoMatch program in terms of matchmaking. After that, the second and last one will be taking place on the 10th of April at 10 a.m. It will be Innovation Procurement Academy. And I'll also put the link in the chat so you can apply until 31st of March. It's worth mentioning that this Innovation Procurement Academy is in more than just the 10th of April. So it's It's an extended program that your all EAC awardees are invited to follow as well. Again, our housekeeping rules to make this session more interactive and organized. As mentioned earlier, we are recording everything. We will be sharing this content in all InnoMatch digital channels, so you can take a look afterwards. Everyone will be muted, attendees will be muted, and we encourage you to post your questions in the Q&A box. I will now be inviting our first buyer, Sam Van Camp from the city of Haarlem. Welcome, Sam. Thank you for being here with us today. Quick question. Do you want me to keep sharing the slides for you, or do you prefer that I stop and
I don't mind. I'm happy to be here. So please, let's keep it this way. That might be the most convenient for us all. Just a small disclaimer before I start is I've received some messages that my internet connection might not be stable. I've tried to resolve that, but there might be some issues. I hope not, of course, but just to be sure, I'm telling you this. Hi, and I'm very happy to be here. Like the previous presentation stated, that innovation is the future. And therefore, I'm very happy that the European Innovation Council does exist and that we can talk about innovation and how to work together at public and private sector in order to achieve the future. My name is Sanne van Kamp. It's a very Dutch name, but I listen to a lot of names, and I'm a strategic procurement officer for the city of Haarlem. Maybe next slide, so I can tell you about Haarlem instead. In case you don't know, Haarlem is a city in the Netherlands. It's in the western part of the Netherlands. It's also a provincial capital. It has an administrative collaboration with a beach city, as we call it, and we also collaborate on circular procurement within the metropolitan region of Amsterdam. And I want to say that we're the politicians of the city of Haarlem and the entire organization are very much into innovation, and we really believe that's the future, as I said. For example, in 2020, we received the Procure Plus award for the Procurement Initiative of the Year. And in 2022, we received the ISMEA award for most innovative European rising city. So we really believe that it's the future in order to solve our problems. But we're a municipality, and the next slide, please. However, we have a large community around us. We're also the coordinator of the Europe Union Urban Agenda Partnership on Innovative and Responsible Public Procurement since, I think, 2018, 17, something like that. Just so for quite some years, and it's a very vast network. This is just a fraction. Our community might even be larger, but if you are interested, please visit the website. However, I'm not here just to promote my city, but next slide, please. We also have a problem, and I think this is quite a problem that exists through a lot of organizations. We have a spend of, I think, close to 400 million euros per year. And the larger purchases are done by experts. They know what they're doing. They know about the legal issues, about everything that's to be done. However, there are also small purchases, and they're not done by people who are doing this day in, day out. They're done by people who might purchase once or maybe twice a year or maybe once in their lifetime. So it is sometimes really difficult for them to know what to do. And then we have two main problems with that direct procurement. They don't know what to do. They don't know the legal issues. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to how to make the contract or the letters. But that's one issue from the user point of view. But from the strategic procurement point of view, how do you do things? Is we because they don't know what they're doing, they're also not taking into account that as a city we have the wish, the desire, the drive to do socially responsible public procurement, such as sustainability, social procurement, things like that. So because these small purchases, the direct procurement is done by people once in a blue moon, there are all kinds of problems. It's inefficient, a less diverse supplier base because they always go to the people they know, the businesses they know, which might not be the best contractor for this problem. And they don't always, most likely, don't meet the policy objectives goals on SRPP. Next slide, please. So what are we looking for? We're looking for something that helps the incidental purchaser through the procedure of direct procurement. So it should be very easy to use. It should be no-brainer because they have no experience, no knowledge. They just know that they want to buy something. Of course, there are security, privacy criteria. It's also about having all kind of following the right procedures, perhaps via all kind of question that leads into some decision tree. We also want that this tool, as we call it, almost aimlessly help to achieve those socially responsible public procurement, which is that they know which suppliers they should pick. And we have, for example, a local impact businesses list, but also you as the European Innovation Awardees, you have something special to bring to the table. And we want to help those incident purchasers to select you as well. So that's about the preferred suppliers, but also about using the latest SRPP criteria, which is in the chat, by the way, are some links to what I mean. I think you know where you can find the European Innovation Awardees, but the Kennemer Inco platform, which means Kennemer is the region and Inco is procurement platform, is the same. That's where you can find it, but also the SRPP criteria are nationwide criteria that we would like to include as well. And what should this tool provide? The request for quotation, and in the end, the contract with all the legal criteria, such as the inclusion of general terms and conditions. But above all, it should be easy to use. It should be just if you're, for example, a management assistant and you need to buy something, it's no-brainer. You can go through it and everything will be fine. That's my dream. Next slide, please. But there are benefits, not just for us of the city of Haarlem to help that incidental purchaser and to meet the policy goals and to well, have more efficiency, a better outcome of everything. But for you as AIC awardees, this might be a tool, or is probably a tool that can be exploited commercially very well. Because I know for a fact that at least in the Netherlands, but I think as well worldwide maybe, that this is something that's on a lot of people's mind in public procurement, how to do those smaller purchases. But I think that not only the public authority, but private companies might also be interested in a tool that can help those smaller direct procurement. And I have not found a tool that exists like that. If you want to get in touch, you can fill out the form that was published in the chat, but you can also contact me directly. However, I'm afraid I have to give a disclaimer because we have not taken the official decision on behalf of the city of Haarlem. So I cannot guarantee that we will do this. This is something that's very much on our mind. That's something we really want to do. However, there are some issues about capacity, and I think you know that. But no, we're Dutch, so if we're going to go for it, we go for it because that's what we agreed upon. But I would really, really very much like to talk to people about this. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sunny, for this great presentation. I'm sure we'll have some questions following the conclusion of all presentations. And now let's continue with our InnoMatch matchmaking event. I'd like to welcome now our second buyer, Francisco Campuzano, from the Agencia de Vivienda y Rehabilitación de Andalucía. Francisco, thank you for being here with us. If that's okay, I'll also share your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Hello to everyone. To begin, I would like to thank ICL, EI, and organizers of the InnoMatch initiative for this opportunity. In my presentation, I will first introduce the organization I work for and then move on to present the challenge we are putting forward, the application of AI in urban planning management. AVRA is a public agency under the Ministry of Development, Territorial Planning and Housing of the Andalusian Regional Government. It was established in 1955 to serve as a government's operational tool for implementing land and housing policies. Our work focuses on land and housing development, residential rehabilitation, urban regeneration, and energy efficiency improvements. We also manage public housing and oversee rental deposit management to ensure transparency and efficiency. At AVRA, we are guided by principles of public interest, innovation, service quality, territorial equity, sustainability, and social cohesion. A key priority is supporting those facing housing vulnerability. by working closely with local authorities, public institutions, and private sector partners, we are committed to making the right to decent and adequate housing a reality while fostering more inclusive and sustainable communities. Could you please go to the next? Thank you. AVRA is a large and well-structured organization with a significant impact across Andalusia. We have a team of 514 professionals, of whom 69% are women, highlighting our commitment to gender equality in the workplace. Our work directly affects 190,000 people who live in the public housing we manage. In fact, we oversee 70,000 public housing units across the region, ensuring they are well maintained and accessible to those in need. To efficiently cover the entire Andalusian territory, we operate from 16 workplaces spread across all 8 provinces. In addition to housing management, we are responsible for urban and land development with a stock of 9 million square meters of land. Our activities range from land and housing development to urban and building rehabilitation, rental deposit management, and special projects aimed at improving living conditions and urban environments. Thank you. In many countries, including Spain, the shortage of urbanized land is making housing prices rise significantly. One of the main barriers to solving this issue is the slow urban planning process, which can take 8 years or more to complete. A major reason for this delay is that urban planning information is not systematized. Also, the data is digitized, it's scattered across different platforms and stored in heterogeneous formats, making it difficult to use effectively. For example, it is not possible to quickly and accurately answer questions like identify the top 2 potential residential land developments that can be carried out in each province of Andalusia with a residential capacity of at least 500 homes, approved development plans, and that are in non-compliance with the deadlines established by the planning for urbanization. Answering this type of question can require weeks or even months of work from experts. The current lack of a structure and easily accessible database means that this process is slow, inefficient, and prone to errors, which significantly delays decision-making and urban development. There have been previous attempts to standardize urban planning data, but these efforts have largely failed due to the unique and decentralized nature of the information. As a result, crucial tasks like identifying potential areas for urban development or assessing the availability of projects require months of work by a specialist. This lack of a structured database severely limits the efficiency and speed of urban planning decision-making. This is where innovation, especially through the use of AI, can play a transformative role by streamlining data management and enable faster, more informed decisions. AI can quickly and accurately read, interpret, and structure urban planning documents, saving a huge amount of time. Instead of relying on manual, time-consuming processes, AI can streamline this work with much more efficiency. Additionally, AI can combine textual data with cartographic information for a more comprehensive analysis. This allows for a clearer, more complete view of potential urban development projects, enabling better decision-making. One of the biggest advantages of AI is its ability to take what normally takes months of specialist work and complete it in just a few hours. This could significantly speed up the entire process, helping to make faster decisions about urban development and housing. Why is this worth solving? First, there are no commercial solutions currently available in Spain to tackle this specific problem. So this project presents a unique opportunity. Additionally, it is a solution that can be scalable and replicable, which means it could be used in other countries facing similar urban planning challenges. Most importantly, this could have a massive impact on urban planning and housing accessibility, making housing more affordable and available, and ultimately improving the way cities grow and develop. This is an exciting opportunity to revolutionize urban planning and create more efficient, sustainable, and inclusive cities. Could you please, thank you. We understand that this is an ambitious challenge, but we believe the best way to start is with a proof of concept. The goal will be to develop a prototype that will help us validate the feasibility and applying AI to urban planning. We are looking for partners who are capable and eager to explore this solution with us. If you are interested, feel free to reach out to me at my email or connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's work together to shape the future of urban planning.
Thanks, Francisco, for this presentation of your organization in the unmet needs. Before we go to our third buyer, now to the presentation of the day, just a reminder for all EAC awardees that are in our webinar today, joining this event, feel free to answer the expression of interest that we have the link in the chat. This is how we will be able to assist you and connect you with the buyers. And now I will move and invite Rafael Olmedo from Las Rozas de Madrid City Council. He will be presenting.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi guys. Good morning. I cannot switch on the camera.
We cannot turn on the camera?
No, I think that you have to switch it on for me. Yes. Thank you.
No, yes, we can see you. Welcome.
Perfect.
And thank you for joining our event. I will be sharing your slides.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. So, well, my name is Rafael Olmedo. I work in the City Council of Las Rozas de Madrid, and I'm responsible for technical responsible for smart city and technological innovation. So I will like maybe the challenge that we are bringing here is not so sexy, it's not so digital, but it's something that is really a nightmare for us, and this is something that we need to solve, and that's why we are here. Well, Las Rozas City Council is the City Council of Las Rozas de Madrid, a small city in the neighborhood of Madrid, the Madrid region. Is one of the larger surface in the region. Is the fourth city larger surface in the region, with almost 1,000 citizens, and we are very much active in trying to jump into the next step for innovation and to try to take Las Rozas into a smart city. So that's why we are now developing a new city model for facing the new challenge, and talking about the environment, economical, urban, and so on. and also trying to move towards a more human and sustainable city, and to promote the digital transformation of the city. Most of the innovation that we have been doing is talking in terms of digitalization of services, digitalization of whatever, introducing sensors, introducing the city platform, and those kind of things, and to create the smart metropolitan area. And this is also very interesting, because we are not only working as an isolated city in the Madrid region, but we are creating a smart metropolitan area in the northwest side, in the west side of the Madrid region. And that's why we are nowadays collaborating with other cities, trying to create innovation and to collaborate. So every results that we can get, it's gonna be spread into this smart metropolitan area quite easy. So in the next slide, please. Well, this is the team. It's the people, the main people in our department, because I'm not working only in innovations for the city council, but mainly for the environmental issues. And that's why we are talking now today as a very specific challenge in talking about environment. So Jaime Santa Marta is the conciliar of this department, and we are, well, all the teams involved. So for sure, this is not a silly thing. This is something that is very much interesting, not only at technical level, but also a political level. So for the next slide, please. So we are talking about the problem with the cardboard, because the e-commerce has increased the amount of cardboard that is being generated in the cities, and we have spread the whole cities with small containers in the streets. But those are not enough. We have, I think, that more than 4,000 containers spread in the city, and are not enough to collect all the cardboard that is being generated. So we have some problems, continuous problems with the overflowing of those containers, creating environmental and pollution problems and so on. The methods that are available seems not to be efficient. In the other hand, we do also have some other containers, big containers with high capacity, but the problem is that the trucks that used to go for collecting those containers cannot take more than 1,500 kilograms. So it's also a problem. So in this context, we have a problem, because almost 7% of the waste collected in the city is cardboard or paper, and we have included in some containers, we have included sensors for creating an efficient service for collecting the waste around the city. But we are having some problems because of the cardboard. When you are introducing a sensor into a container for giving you the information if this is filled, how much is filled in the container with the cardboard is not possible, because it's not very accurate. So it's a problem for us, because we are trying to create more efficient services, trying to create intelligent routes for the trucks that are collecting the containers, but for cardboard is not so efficient. And in the other hand, we have do such a thing like this, but also for bins with a compactor system. So when you introduce the waste into these bins, the compactor press the waste, and you can increase the capacity of the container. But with heavy or with high volume containers, this is not so easy. Nowadays, we have installed also the city here in the bottom image. You can see those underground containers that has been installed in the city, but we are trying to get these huge and high volume containers, and we would like those to be provided with a compaction system. And this is a problem, because as you cannot charge a lot weight with these trucks, when you are introducing a mechanism for compacting the waste into a big container, the weight increases a lot, so it's a problem. So the next slide, please. So which is the unmet challenge and the unmet need and the challenge that we are facing is that there's no high capacity paper and cardboard waste collection solutions equipped with a compaction mechanism that are light enough to be collected at full load by trucks using the easy hits system. The easy hits system is, there are different systems when the loads takes the container, and this is the one we are using in the city council. So what are we looking for? The city council is looking for solutions for an underground waste container for paper and cardboard with an easy type hit system with a maximum load weight of 1,500 kilograms, plenty load, and with an underground box compatible with the concrete container space that we have in the city, and equipped with an efficient low-weight compaction system. This is one of the main challenges because the compaction systems are introduced a heavy engine, heavy motor, heavy pieces, and it's not so easy to make compaction at low weight for cardboard. And equipped also with sensors and wireless communications. The sensors in this case is also important, that works pretty well with cardboard, that is not so easy. And also the web platform in which all the digital information is going to be collected. So all the information will give us the information if the trucks may wait for the next route, or if the container is completely full and it's necessary to go to collect the container. So on the next slide, please. So the benefits, well, for sure, there are some benefits for users. It's the great capacity and less overflow of the containers. They improve the hygiene and reduce the odors in the metropolitan areas. Talking about the services that are working for the cities to optimize collection routes and also to decrease the frequency they have to collect the containers. And for the environment, reduce pollutant emissions and a higher recycling rates and sustainability. But there are also some benefits that will be also available for the challengers, and it's because we are very much used to co-create solutions with small companies, with medium companies, with innovation companies, and whenever we do this kind of collaboration, we are not willing to be proprietary, the owners of the solutions. We want to spread the solutions, to create new solutions that could be available for other cities. And that's why our main purpose is trying to support to those innovation companies or technical companies that have the capacity to create new devices in order to promote and to test their devices and their new systems in our city, and also to spread not only at local level, but at the Spanish level and also at the European level. And the next slide, please. And this is, I think this is all. It will be really nice to receive any feedback from the companies, small companies or whatever, because there are many different issues here. We are talking about digital issues, we are talking about mechanical issues, we are talking about sensory sensors and new solutions for getting information from the containers. But for sure, this is only one single thing in all the city of opportunities that we are creating in Las Rozas, and it will be nice to connect with companies interested in creating new devices and to test new devices into metropolitan areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rafael, for presenting your organization and also what you're looking for to meet this challenge that you're facing. So now that we have concluded the presentations from all the three buyers that we brought today to this InnoMatch matchmaking session, we can go ahead and start answering the questions that we might have received in the chat. And before that, two reminders. The first one is, if you are in a CORD and you feel that you have what it takes to provide the solution for one of those needs, please answer our expression of interest. The link is in the chat. We'll be making the links in the match for you in the background, and hopefully you can apply to our InnoMatch open call and engage in this collaboration. And the second reminder, if I may, to ask all speakers to open their cameras so we can have a more interactive session. Now let me go to the questions. So the first one is directed to Sunny. Sunny, what aspect would you highlight as key to the solution that you're looking for?
Thank you very much for the question and the interest. I think that the key aspects are easy to use, intuitive. That's really, if it's not easy to use, it will not be used. So really, please make it very user-friendly. However, there are some things we as an organization want to achieve, and a very important thing for us is that socially responsible public procurement. So how can we pick the right suppliers, and how can we get the right criteria in our request for a quotation? So easy to use, but also goal-orientated, but primarily easy to use. Thank you.
Now I will go to the second question. It is not directly specific to anyone, so I will maybe invite Francisco to answer. How would you describe the perfect profile of an EIC awardee company that can potentially be matched with you in your organization? Francisco, can you hear us?
Well, I can answer that, but I've already answered something. But the perfect profile would be a company that is also very intrinsically motivated to make the perfect product. But also, if you really want to have a perfect profile, a company that's already making impact themselves. We're very much looking for basically changing the world into a more sustainable, more social future. So if you're really looking at the perfect profile, is someone that really wants to do the best job they can, but also someone who would like to contribute to a better future.
I can also direct the same question to Rafael. Rafael, do you want to describe what would you see as a perfect profile of an EIC awardee?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it will be nice. Yeah, well, in our case, I think that first of all, it will be nice to support a startup or a small company trying to create new products and services. But for sure, what we are looking at is not just a company that wants to get some some awards from these projects, but also to increase the company and to spread the products outside La Rota, you know. So this is why we are trying, because we have a small problem in Las Rozas, but this problem that we are facing here in Las Rozas is also the same problem for other cities. So that's why when we are trying to engage a company, we don't want just to solve a very single problem. We want to create a solution that we can see that is needed by their cities. So what we want is just to give the opportunity to companies that wants to create products, but also to spread and to grow and to scale up the product and the market. And we will be a partner with them. And for sure, we need also confident people, but also people that wants to make the change.
Thank you, Rafael. Let's go to our next question is to AVRA, Francisco. I'm not. The question for you is, have you worked with any EAC already before to solve other innovation challenges?
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question very well. Could you repeat?
Okay. Yes, the question is, have you worked with any EIC awardees before to solve innovation challenges?
If I have worked before with some company? No,
Yeah, from the EIC. No?
we haven't worked for this goal, for this proposal precisely. And I think that there aren't many companies or startups dedicated to this specific problem. I was 4 days ago in an event in Malaga, an important event of innovation, knowledge transference, and I was speaking with different organizations and companies. The people who I was talking to didn't know any experience previous. There are some initiatives to apply artificial intelligence to new urban plans, but not to explode, to analyze all the documents that are available now in database, digitalized in PDF, for example. And we appreciate that there is an important gap among the capacities of AI for analyze all these documents and the use that currently is being carried out.
Now we have other 3 questions. Maybe I will direct the first one to Sunny. So Sunny, do you have any examples of what will not work in terms of the solutions that you're looking for? So what type of aspects or elements that you would avoid that wouldn't work?
I focus so much on what I do want that it's very difficult for me now to express what I do not want. What would not work if it's it should really, the solution should help efficiency for those incidental purchases, as I like to call them. So it really should be time saving. If the solution will be very difficult to use, don't start it, because it's really aimed at efficiently working for the incidental purchasers, but also to achieve those socially responsible public procurement goals. So if it's too difficult to use, perhaps you have to open 20,000 tabs before you can use it, whatever, then it's not going to work. It really should be time saving and leading the purchase in the right direction.
Thanks. Yeah. Maybe Rafael, do you want to mention anything that wouldn't work to address your challenge with the cardboard and paper waste?
Well, we have identified some companies that are working in creating big containers for underground containers for waste containers with a compaction system, but those are really heavy. So we have real examples of people that are creating or have specific solutions. But for instance, the hook they provide with this system is not suitable for us. And also the heavy of the container with the mechanism and so on is too much for the trucks. So we have some examples. we don't have the final solutions. We could see more or less the limitations of those systems in terms of the mechanism they are using and so on. So this is something that we know that it's there and it's not working. So this is not the solutions for the problem.
Sharing this would be interesting to be for those that want to be mentored.
We could provide information about all the systems that we have been searching and finding.
Our next question, maybe I will ask Francisco to answer. What are the key constraints and limitations that suppliers need to be aware of in terms of budget, regulations, and timelines, for example?
As I mentioned in my presentation, we think that the budget available in this initiative is not enough for the huge project. So we think that maybe what is possible to do is to make a first approximation. So the idea is to do a proof of concept, because the nature of the challenge is very complex. There are different legal frameworks in each region. There are a decentralized legal framework that make that each municipality has the capability of made their own law in urban field. This means that information is not unified, is not homogeneous. So for the training of an artificial intelligence that can be expert in this field, this is going to take a lot of time of very expert people. But we think that the benefits of the result can be really useful. And a first approximation, a proof of concept, can clarify the strategies of future development.
Now, we still have 2 minutes to conclude our events today. So I have a final question for all the three of you, and we can conclude the session. So, Sunny, what is the quotation for long-term partnership and future collaboration? I'll start with you, and then I will ask the other students as well.
Of course, we're a public authority, so we have to apply all the rules and regulation on that issue, which means that we might have to go in towards a European public procurement procedure tender. So I cannot give any guarantees on that subject. Sorry, I'm a lawyer by background, but I can give you the intention. I've talked, of course, to some users, potential users of such a tool, and they were incredibly enthusiastic. They really were like, oh, can we have that yesterday, the day before yesterday, please? So I think that there is a very good future, and we'd love to be a launching customer of such a system. However, if for some reason this does not work out, please, you as an innovative company, think about this subject, because it's really something that I think have very good commercial possibilities. And please make something to help for the procedure of direct procurement. So we would like to have it. There are just some limitation on the limited capacity of available staff, but if we can make something into that efficiency into the right direction, we'd love to do business with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Francisco, do you want to share any words on the potential of having a long-term partnership with the Agencia wording?
Sorry, the question is about the potential of the
The
initiative?
potential, yes, the potential for a long-term partnership.
For partnership for the project. No?
Yes, so the question, I'll read again. What is the potential for long-term partnership and a further collaboration with the companies?
I think there is there are a lot of opportunities to develop a network, for example, of public bodies, public entities that can be interested in the project, because this is not a particular project of my organization, it's a project of all the country. The lack of developed land is a problem. Spain, as another countries in the European Union, has a big problem with housing, the need of more house for people, and we need to accelerate the process of land development. And we have the opportunity to do that by using artificial intelligence for analyze much more quickly and accurately all this information. So I think that many of the other regions and public agency would be interested in the same.
Francisco. And now we passed a couple of minutes of our scheduled time for the session. I'll ask Rafael to share some words on the long-term partnership.
This is a very interesting question for us, because first of all is to create the pilot. Then when there is a product available and suitable for the solutions, but also with the specific requirements and so on, we can spread these solutions for the rest of the areas of Las Rozas. So this is the first approach. So in the medium term is to spread the solutions in other areas of Las Rozas. So we are not looking for one solution for one specific point. We are looking for I don't know, but large number of different devices for the city. After that, we would like to support the company for scaling up the solutions at the region, into this smart region that we are creating with the neighborhood cities around Las Rozas. And in the other hand, we also ask for the big suppliers of the services to connect with the startups or with the solutions providers in order to create collaborations and to integrate their solutions into their systems. So this is something that we also can do for that. So not only do solutions for the city council, but also solutions that can be connected with the services providers, with the big companies that are providing services on talking about environmental issues, waste collection, and so on. So this is more or less what we can do for them.
Very exciting opportunities that we have seen today from the three buyers. Again, thank you all, the three of you, for accepting the invitation and to be here with us. And now, for the EAC awardees that are attending our session, please answer our expression of interest. We would love to support you and be linking your institution, your company, to the three buyers so we can collaborate in the future. And I think that's it. Thank you all for joining our session, and hopefully we'll see each other on the 10th of April for the next session. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.